Hello, and welcome to 100 Runs of Noita. What is Noita, you might ask? Well, it is a roguelike game purely surrounding the concept of f**k around and find out. Or as per Steam's description of the game,
Noita is a magical action roguelite set in a world where every pixel is physically simulated. Fight, explore, melt, burn, freeze and evaporate your way through the procedurally generated world using spells you've created yourself. Swim in the blood of your foes.
which fairly accurately describes it. You truly will melt, burn, freeze, evaporate over and over and over and over again. I went into the game with fairly no knowledge of the gameplay itself, other than the basic description of it, and knowing that it could be mildly challenging. I do not have much of a gamer background or skills as I got into video games only in the last couple of years. So I decided to challenge myself and see how much I could improve, as that is the entire concept of roguelikes, learn and improve with each game, progressing a bit at a time. So naturally, I forced myself to play it 100 times. Oh, and a challenge it was. To differentiate between each round, I decided to treat the character as a new person each time, that dies at the end of every round, just like my soul, a bit at a time. So I give each run a new name using a name generator. So let's begin! Number 1. Sally. Sally started out good, by right away discovering extra health under sand, and found out that guns are a thing in this game, carried by enemies. It seems quite surprising, as my character is supposedly a wizard, makes guns a bit redundant if you ask me. Once I got far enough into the level, I reached a portal leading into an in-between levels area, called Holy Mountain, where I got to regen health and resources, pick up additional health and mana, purchase spells using gold that is dropped by enemies, and pick up one additional effect. The spell that I picked up is called Glittering Field, which is true to its name, creates a glittering field that hurts anything within it. And I mean anything, including me. Found out the hard way. Number 2. Kapoo. Next up, we got Kapoo. Starting up the game. I don't know why his name makes me laugh so hard. Next up, we got Kapoo. Starting up the game, me and Kapoo get greeted by explosions. Sounds promising. Found out quickly while playing that materials matters, and wood will burn when it touches fire until it completely disintegrates. And what set it on fire? A weird fire tree looking man that shoots fireballs. What a surprise. On the bright side, he's not immune to explosions. I found a new wand. Excited, I promptly equipped it, barely escaping with 3 HP as a trap was activated, setting the oil pond it was in on fire. Proceeded to use it and died. Great. Run number 3. Nicole. With Nicole, I noted that every run, the initial starting wand, or the spell on the wand, the explosion wand, and the potion are different. So far, I'm aimlessly wandering around, as I'm not sure where the teleporter spawns, and eventually do reach it while picking up a fireball wand on the way. Knowing that fire equals danger, I was a bit more careful using it. In the Holy Mountain, I decided to pick up a new skill called Summon Sadakivi. Do note that it said one off, which summons a random crystal? Yeah, I'm still not sure what it does, or its purpose. In the second stage, I found a weird boat that was secured by chains above water, and in my genius, I decided to get it into the water, forgetting that I now have bombs equipped instead of dynamite sticks, unlike last round, which dynamite shoots farther for the record, and proceeded to explode thyself. Number 4. Amelia. And forgot to record this run. For the sake of documentation, we will disregard this ever happening. Sorry to all Amelias out there. Number 4. Again. Candace. As soon as me and Candace descend, we are greeted by toxic sludge enemies. Ah, my good friends, I bet I'll get to know you well. Pretty fast, I ran into a burning, fire-shooting dude. I mean fast, as the sussy white juice bottle was speed water. And as with most fire dude encounters, it resulted in death. Next up, we have Kent. And very fittingly, this is when my boyfriend decided to announce his superiority by saying, "Is it really that hard?" So I decided to take him up on that, and this was his attempt. He proceeded to confidently descend, gets immediately shot by toxic sludge, and asks, "Why am I losing HP?" Why? Why, you ask? Because it's Noita. He does okay for a couple more minutes. Did note his survival against the fire treatment, but shortly loses via the comeback of the toxic sludge monster and the treacherous pixel physics.
I'm just Pete and I like drugs. I'm mentally ill and I'm on drugs.
Number 6. Next up is Jehu? Yehu? It's fun. I got the chaotic polymorphin potion, with no real clue of what it does. I tried sprinkling it on myself a bit, and nothing. I tried sprinkling it a bit on the enemy, and still nothing. Then I accidentally jumped in a bottle of it, that I created myself. Surprise, surprise, I transformed into a monster. It lasted for only a few seconds, but I still failed to see the use of that. After further exploration, I have come to face a large red wall. Color and texture that haven't been previously used anywhere else. Is this just a dead end? But rather than further investigation, I opted to take the portal to the next stage, as I was running pretty low on health. Skipped on buying the wand as I didn't pick up enough gold. For the skill, I was debating between phasing and homunculus, and opted for the homie, as me and Jehu needed a friend. And look at his cute little face, isn't he adorable? And what's even better is that he fights for me too. He's the best. But like anything else in Noita, it doesn't last long, and honestly, can't defend that one. A fire skull set a platform I was on fire before I killed it, and forgetting that when wood is set on fire, well, it burns completely. I got distracted by the new item I had, and before long ended up burning to death before finding water to put out the fire with. Yeesh. Number 7. Enos. With Enos, it was a solid start. Found a new wand, an acceleration potion, and soon enough found the portal to the next stage. Got a new wand, and for the special skill I was debating between more hatred and permanent shield, and despite being tempted by the first option, I opted for the more useful sounding shield. I decided to have a bit of a brawling match with the statue at the end of the hole, and surprisingly it started bleeding. A bit more and a plant sprouted, and water started spouting from it. I got quickly bored of it and moved on. I got far enough in the second stage, finding a few new and interesting enemies, but once again found out that the most dangerous thing in Noita is myself, as I proceeded to shoot a thing that was basically screaming explosion. Number 8. Suzanne. I had a smooth start with Suzanne as the game greets us with a subtle, ominous shake, then quickly found a portal with minor scrapes on the way. I picked up a new perk called Fungal Colony, which converts all slime into mushrooms. Notice the increase of mushrooms on the map. I killed an enemy that releases slime, which sprouted into living mushrooms, and immediately had one of them munched on by a large, warm snake thing. Generally a smooth run until I encountered a rat and accidentally switched once to a bomb, killing the rat and almost myself along with it. I found a small lava pond that had a pool of blood spill on it, and it developed a top layer that allowed me to walk on, or at least not burn immediately upon contact. This is pretty important discovery for later runs. I reached the next holy mountain and bought the discounted wand, with a spell of, you guessed it, eggs. Yep, eggs. It's just eggs. For the additional skill, I got myself revenge rats, for that one rat that almost killed me this round. With that, I proceeded to the next area that seems to be an ice level. You know, the same as other levels, but colder and deadlier and with more guns. You know, like your usual snow area. I tried to fight an enemy using my eggs wand, which basically did nothing other than pathetically dispense eggs and inevitably led to my death. Oh, and the reds did nothing. Number 9. Kaisen. Upon entering the cave, I turned immediately to the right to be greeted with a "You feel wary" note on the screen. Oh, Noita, I always feel wary. I found a treasure chest buried underneath explosive powder. Inside it was a wand of teleportation. Very nifty thing. Found the Holy Mountain portal with minor scrapes and 10 HP left, and got a wand with 9 whole stack of spells of luminous drills with timers, and for the skill, a projectile repulsion. I quickly ran through the level and found the next portal leading to the snowy depths. Remember how I said there are more guns in this level? Yeah, there are machine guns, tanks with machine guns, turtles with guns, and more guns. And note to self, don't run directly at guns. Number 10. Crispian. Feels like a prophetic name. Gonna get crispy in here. After a bit of exploration and a couple of found ones, I came across a purple shiny, not realizing I destroyed it accidentally while fighting enemies. Tried to pick it up just to turn into a sheep. Why? Because purple equals sheep. Simple logic. Note that for later. Died eventually by falling right into an enemy. Surprisingly not by fire, but I'm sure it contributed somewhere. 10 runs in, and I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. Number 11. Arlene. Shortly after entering the cave of Arlene, I got stuck with a poorly formed area. With no other options, I deployed a bomb to clear the area, which it did along with a hefty portion of my health bar. I finally reached the Holy Mountain, and then something strange happened. The new power I selected, called Lucky Mutation, gave me legs. Many legs. And let's put it this way, it requires getting used to. Got to the snowy stage with my legs, to which I proceeded to get scared into a gun that pushed me into another gun and ended up dying because my legs refused to let go of the ceiling. Felt a bit like a squish spider. Number 12. Daria. I found a cool one that seems like a slow sphere of death. Neat! And I found that red-brownish wall again. I chose this time to explore that direction and found a green tablet with some ominous text and a large pool of lava with no end. Could it be the end of the map? Remember the previous lava pool we found with Susan that got covered in blood? It created a walkable surface. Well, we can technically try to make that work. We can try it with blood or water. Now, what potions do we have here? An acceleration potion. Okay. And warm pheromone potion. A what? Yeah, after trying, neither of them gave me the effect that I wanted, so I went in pursuit of water. But it was nowhere to be found. I came across a puddle of blood instead, but it wasn't enough to fill up my bottle. I found a large oil tub, but surprise surprise, it doesn't interact the same way with lava as water would. What a surprise. Searching farther got me nowhere, other than closer to death, so I gave up and ended up just taking the next Holy Mountain portal. In the next stage, I found an acid ring. I wasn't sure if it required some sort of interaction, so naturally I set it on fire. And nothing happened. And at the end, I ended up dying from something? Honestly, I have no idea what happened there. I was at 88 HP, avoided enemy projectiles, but still died from it. It was due to Mina's projectile, which upon further research means my projectile, meaning I killed myself? Still not sure how. I had to rewatch the clip multiple times and I still don't get it. At this point, I was getting pretty tilted, so I went on a week-long vacation to Mexico. Now back to the grind. Number 13, Calistro. Started with a random explosion in the background. Ah, welcome back. I found for the first time a broken wand, which goes into an item slot instead of the wand ones. Pretty fun, can be thrown, it ejects magical things. But like most things in Noita, before long I end up dying in fire. Number 14. More dread. It seems like we have another prophetic name. Let's see if it lives up to expectations. And spoiler alert, it does. For the first time on Spawn, I noticed a treasure on the left. I didn't know we had a left. Inside it there was some extra health and mana. And from this point on, I started the rest of the runs by quickly checking if there was anything on the left. Which really did waste quite a bit of time on some of them. I found another cave entrance from the surface on the left side of the map, but it was a dead end. But fear not, cause we have grenades. Which were just barely not enough to get through. Defeated, I proceeded to take the main entrance. I quickly found the portal and this time noticed a little thing walking underground. Probably just an enemy from the level below. But that means that there is a way to get from the Holy Mountain to the level below without having to take the actual exit out. Note for later. But the real strange thing that happened is the perk that I ended up picking out. It is called Teleportitis. Teleportitis. I know, it's pronounced teleportitis, whatever. Teleportitis. The effect of the perk is that every time I take damage it reduces it. But teleports me. Now I thought it would, teleport me to like the other side of the screen or like just a bit to the right, a bit to the left. But no! You can see for yourself what happens. Yeah, this goes on for a while. At least I got a new record at the end. Number 15. Amalaric. I found the large lava lake again with the same green tablet. This time I had water with me, and I tried to cross it. Just to be reminded how bad my skills are, and died drowning in lava. At least what I can say for sure now is that it seems the lava is consistently to the right of the map. Number 16. Koyos. Yeah, don't get used to Koyos. Once again, I quickly found the lava lake and tried to cross it. Just to die almost immediately. But it does seem possible. Number 17. Lan. Since the lava lake is consistently to the right, that's where I went again. On the way, I did discover what Mud Potion do. Exactly that, builds muddy heals. Good to know, I guess. Found the lava lake again, and this time crossed it successfully. Hooray! Third time's the charm. I low-key was worried that it was actually the edge of the map and there was nothing there on the other side and was just wasting my time. But yay, I wasn't! There I found another green tablet with more ominous text and new spell. I picked it up, but I had no ones to put it on as I didn't discover any on the way. It seems like a dead end, so I started going back to where I came from and a large snake thing appeared! Clearly a boss of some kind, so progress? Or so I thought. No ones actually worked on him and I felt like they were backfiring on me. I tried altering ones and just insta-killed myself. Number 18. Brian. With the frustration of the previous run, I decided to keep it to the usual downwards exploration. Exploration. I found a few potions, one of which happened to be new. Flumoxium Potion. This potion reverses left and right commands, while keeping up and down the same. Some of these potions at once do boggle the mind, and pose the question, but why?
Why?
I reached the next two areas and died shortly after reaching the snowy depths, as usual. 19. Linus. Yeah. Let's not talk about this run. $20! Yes, 1/5 of the way done! And we are celebrating with Ohad. Okay. So this one is different. It's raining? This is the first time it rained. The map had quite significantly more water flowing from the surface through pipes, and it was increasing in volume. As I was descending, I encountered a new enemy that seemed to have quite a bit of HP. Could it be a rain event spawn? I dropped a grenade to finish it off. A nearby enemy started releasing hearts? That's strange. I couldn't attack them, and neither were they attacking me. They were drawn to me but wouldn't follow me once I got a bit farther away. I couldn't figure out the significance of this, so I moved on. I encountered the same enemy one more time. That confirmed it wasn't just a random rare encounter, but indeed a rain-associated event. I reached the lava area again, but how would the run be any different than last time I crossed it? An epiphany struck me. What if the key to defeating the boss is by using the new spell I can pick up across the lava? What if that is how you can get even more powerful and progress farther through the game? Does every area have their own secret boss? This would explain quite a few things, like how to get farther and survive. Regardless, I had to turn around as I didn't pick up any new ones, and I needed to find new ones with space on it to add the spell on the other side of the lava. I found one shortly, which was my demise as I got caught in the trap while reading its effect. Yeah, that's on me. Number 21. Ginger. With that plan in mind, I went off one chasing, which definitely isn't a euphemism. I found a potential wand, but by the time I reached the lava I was only at 31% health. Regardless, I decided to persevere as I could still learn something new. The important part is that we had our new wand, we had space on it, and when I crossed the lava, there was no spell there. Well, there was only an HP modifier that increases the max HP and doesn't even heal you. Oh well, maybe turning the boss into a sheep using the poly potion will work. And it backfired. Rest in peace, Sheeply. Did you get the pun? 22. Greta. Good old Greta. Good old reliable Greta. Good old quick fiery death Greta. Let's put it this way, Greta regretta trying to put out the fire dude with water. Number 23. Gudina. Once again, I went on a wand hunt, got rid of the Fast and Furious potion in favor of water, found treasure, went boom, and got him goldies. Crossed lava again, got health again. So yeah, that confirms that not every time there's some kind of spell. Again. This time I tried to fireball the boss and... What? Died in lava? What? What happened? Oh, I feel like I took 2 steps forwards and 3 steps back. Now I'm more confused than ever. It seems like chasing off to the right to fight the boss really isn't working for me. So I decided to take a slightly different approach. If I want to get better at Noita, I have to figure out the spells and the wands, as right now it seems that, other than my lack of dodging skills, wands are my weakness. And also what this game is about. I genuinely have no idea what the stats on the wands do, how the spells affect the wand, or how the spells interact with each other when there's multiple on a single wand. Now, full disclosure, if you're watching this video to try and figure out how to get better at the game, well, don't. As of the time I'm recording this section of the video, I'm not even 50 runs in, and I can guarantee that by the end, I will be nowhere close to figuring out how to optimize my wands without people who actually know what they're doing, pulling their hair and screaming at the screen. You will find so much better resources on other channels and videos that go into depth, into wand statistics and spell mechanics. Now, if you're watching just to see me suffer by the hands of this hell game, or just as something that plays in the background, by all means, keep on watching. Also, if you are still watching, you deserve 100 cookies. And if you watch till the end, add another 300 cookies on top of that as bonus. Unfortunately, I do have a feeling this is going to be a 2-part video, but I do promise more cookies in the next one. Now, let's keep on going. Number 24. Elmo. Elmo was rough. And this time not because of the game, but OBS, the recording software I use, decided to start crashing, because I changed the FPS from 30 to 60. Ah, you gotta love it. A few crashes and a few unrecorded runs later, I got it working. Regardless, the run itself was okay in comparison. I set an entire room on fire just to access one chest, and discovered the brine potion actually puts out fire. I kept on exploring with my main goal to pick up a few wands and spells. Found an invisibility potion, and shortly after, a rock! But not any rock! A Q-skivvy! 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 Q-skivvy. And it sets things on fire! Like most things in Noita. And as usual, I was interrupted by my slimy friend while I was reading the description. And as so, I was under the impression that it sets me on fire as well as my surroundings. As you know, it's on fire. Despite the description literally saying, "This tiny rock looks most fiery, but when touched, only pleasant warmth can be felt." Yes, I know, I'm stupid. I took the first opportunity I had to get to the Holy Mountains, as I was only at 13 HP. Despite that, ideally I would have gathered more goldies at first. I didn't even have enough to buy the cheapest one, but what else can I do but keep on moving? I stuck around for a bit this time to actually take my time organizing my spells. Something that I realized embarrassing late into Noita is that you can organize spells only in the Holy Mountain. This makes my previous hypothesis completely and utterly wrong. After playing a bit of the ones, I got rid of my original because the cast delay was slower in it, which means the time between shots is longer. And now I found out the rock doesn't actually set me on fire. Unless I throw it and then go to pick it up, in which case it very much does. For the perk, I decided to take Peace with Gods, because why not? Whatever that means. Which clearly does nothing against guns. Number 25, Shanna. Shanna was great. I even got to kill an exploding fire skull without taking damage. And right as I was saying to myself that I will stick around for this level for as long as I feel comfortable that I won't die, I fell right into the portal. And low-key kinda lost it. Fuck! I didn't even need to pick up health. I did anyways because what else can I do? I had just enough money to purchase the discounted wand that happened to have double spell on it, which is a great passive effect that allows the wand to shoot 2 spells at the same time, rather than 1 at a time, which is what it usually does. For the perk I selected Gas Fire, as it appeared for the second time in a row, and I really wanted to know what it does. It's supposed to set gases immediately on fire, but it didn't really matter, because Noita hates me. And decided to create deadly lasers at the entrance for the next stage. Thanks, game. Number 26, Irma. I started the game with Snow Potion, which basically functions exactly like Mud Potions. I don't know why they need 2 separate ones that do basically the same thing. Maybe at a certain point will come in handy, who knows. Soon after entering the cave, I found another potion, which in an attempt to retrieve it, I ended up breaking it, creating a puddle of invisibility. Touché, would have been really nice to actually have it on me. I dunked myself in it and got to sneak up on an enemy, though it does wear off once you attack. Now that my goal is to stay in each level for as long as I can, getting good at dodging and surviving really needs to start taking priority, as right now before I even get the chance to consider moving to the next stage, I end up dying. With that said, I am starting to get the hang of switching between wands and using water potion to put out the fire when I burn. Number 27, Chione? Shion? Sean? Not knowing how to pronounce this name, I quickly looked and apparently it's Hioni. I picked up 2 wands quickly after entering the cave and discovered that one of them has a spell that shoots a line of fire, and then the created line rains said fire, which almost got me in the process. I got attacked by a swarm of slime, with one of them that was actually new to me, a green glob with an eye. I probably have seen it before, but with my flawed memory, it didn't really stick with me until now. I tried using the fire wand on the green slimies, but it didn't really do anything. I also noted that water helps wash out toxic sludge as well. At this point, it really became a staple in my runs to secure water as soon as I could, as it was critical in my attempts of staying alive, albeit still failing miserably. Regardless, I did come out of that encounter alive, but with only 5 HP left. They were very persistent in chasing me, and I thought this run was gonna be better. I did though get some additional health along the way and found the Holy Mountain in the nick of time. There were quite a few ones with good spells on them, but because I had to rush to take the portal, I didn't have enough money for my pussy ass for any of the other ones other than the one on sale, and oh boy, I regretted getting it quick. Ho ho ho. It had 11 of the same Giga Disc Projectile spell. First time I shot it, it was fine. It bounced off of the ceiling and landed next to me. Walking on it did nothing, so it can't hurt me, right? Right? Wrong. Oh, so wrong. Honestly, I don't even know what I was thinking when I shot it directly above me. Number 28, Eupraxia. Now, something happened to OBS while I was recording this run. For some reason, the footage was stuck on the previous run's death screen and did not record any of the footage of this run. It recorded the cursor moving and the sound fine though. My problem is that until this point I was using only one monitor, and I would switch tabs between OBS and Noita, so I wouldn't know until it's too late when something goes wrong. And I fixed it by, getting another monitor? Well, not exactly. The only thing I could use right now was a spare TV someone sold me for $50, and now my setup looks like this. Does it hurt my eyes when sitting too close to it? Yes, yes it does. Can I see every pixel on this TV? Yes, yes I do. Does it give me headaches? Ah, yes, plenty. Will it impact my vision in the long run? Yes, very likely. Can I smell colors now? Yep, I can taste them too. But it works, so who cares? Regardless, I would normally trash this run, but I did learn something new, specifically a new spell that was the end of me. So here is a quick reenactment from memory using paint on how that went. Hello, I am Noita. Wee, I'm gonna buy myself some spells. Oh wow, there's so many to choose from. How exciting! What is this? This looks like a fun spell. I'm gonna buy it. Yay, I bought the spell. Now let's try using it. Oh no, something is happening. I'm being eaten by a spell and I can't escape. Oh, so sad. Oh, no, no, no! Number 29, Marcy. The run started with rain again, second time now. And as with the previous time, there was plenty of water on the map. I found some extra health and mana and a polymorph potion, which I quickly got rid of in favor of water. I found a wand with a fire spell on it, which allows me to simply come up to wood while holding it and set it ablaze. I found the Holy Moly Mountain portal, guarded by a fire skull. Once again, against my better judgment, I tried using water to fight it, but it just made it angrier. I did eventually take it down, but it took some of my health as well. I didn't go through the portal right away, so I walked around a bit more, picked up another wand, a few more gold, and when my health was, low and good enough to proceed on to the next level, I went through. Just kidding, I decided to tempt fate, letting my greed get the best of me, wanting more gold before I go through. So I decided, why not go now to the left? And I died almost immediately in fire, fighting the enemy that spawns only during the rain. Lovely. Number 30, Alana. Yay, we reached 30! For the first half of the run, it was pretty uneventful. It felt like I was going to die essentially by paper cuts from smaller enemies, but I got to the roly-poly mountain in time. This time, I got to buy the spells, which one of them happens to be super useful, unlike run number 28, where we encountered the Giga Black Hole. Oh, no, no, no! Did I mention that it was a Giga Black Hole? This time we found just a regular good old-fashioned black hole spell. On discount too. I showed it once and nothing really happened. It just hovered for a bit in the direction I showed it in, and then nothing. But the second time I shot it, it went through the ceiling of the holy mountain! No other spell does that. But then a message appeared. You have angered the gods. I also noticed for the first time that there is a gap under the store area, so I decided why not just cast, my black hole through the floor. And then another message appeared. The worm crystal has been shattered, and under it said, you feel less safe. Which I did, because something spawned immediately to the right of the screen, and oh no. Well, now I know what the perk Make Peace with Gods mean from run number 24 and what it's for. Oh boy. Run number 31, Stephanos. At this point, I started getting smug as I felt I was getting better at evading enemies and dodging. At least in the first stage, but the game had to humble me with a very close call when the portal spawned in a pool of oil. I almost fell into it as a few fire pixels dripped into it, setting it all ablaze. But nonetheless, I persevered, kinda. And once again, ran face first into an enemy, lowering my HP to 5. And at that point, decided to take the portal. Once again, had only enough gold to buy the cheapest wand, that didn't have any spells I really needed on it, and with very long recharge time. I picked up contact damage as a perk and moved on. In the second stage, I found an interesting wand with another egg spell, but this time, it summoned a friendly creature. A friend! That I quickly end up killing with my perk. That's not contact damage. That's a friend-killing sphere. I thought it might have been a fluke. Maybe my friend died because of the acid. Nope! I'm killing my friends! And they keep on trying to get close to me. And diving straight into the death sphere. No! Look at that. Look at that blood. Oh my god. It's okay. I got what I deserved shortly after. Number 32. Laird. Laird didn't last as long as I happened to encounter a fire skull and the fire tree dude in short intervals in between each other, in an area surrounded by wood. Yay. I decided to take a moment to look at my progress chart that showed what I have discovered so far, and yeah, I managed to kill only 3 of the fire dudes, and they managed to kill me 5 full times. Oh my god. Whoopsies. Number 33. If a what?
Iphigenia.
Yeah, not happening. Number 33 again, Eden. We are bullied with Eden here. Shortly after starting the run, I found treasure with 400 gold, baby! I was on a roll. I flawlessly killed a bunch of enemies and took their gold for myself as the capitalistic swine that I am. I even got rid of the fire skull without taking any damage. By the time that I found the Holy Baloney Mountain portal, I had over 600 goldies, and I was pretty happy with that. I could buy all the spell I wanted and more. First one I got to try out is called Horizontal Barrier, and like a lot of other things in life, it hurts. And then I tried a second spell, which was my last spell. Why, you might ask? Because I decided to try out the spell called Circle of Displacement, and oh no. Well. Oh no. Well, I think I found out what that does. Surprise! It creates a circle that displaces me. Who would have guessed? Death ensues. Number 34. Jocelyn started the run by finding a weird fungus pouch. Once again, another strange item that I don't even know where to start with. Unfortunately, this run was a tad compromised with more technical issues. Specifically, my mouse decided not to mice anymore and kept on getting stuck and not registering that I moved it. Okay. No. Okay, it's getting stuck. What is wrong with my mouse? I would really like to say that this run was compromised by my mouse and not my poor skills. Hehe. Number 35. Pig Herder. Unfortunately, being new to video recording, I managed to somehow mess up the window formatting. So the footage quality for this run, number 35 and 36, might be a bit lowered. Anyways, Pig Herder! Pig Herder might have also been when I started to indulge a bit in wine. Don't judge me, it was a Friday night and I was playing alone Noita by myself for hours on a Friday night. Anyways, I started this run by finding some treasure with a one inside, though a mediocre one. A moment later, I ran into Fire Tree Dude again. Despite taking some casualties, I have defeated him. Haha. Improving my KD ratio one fire dude at a time. A bit later, I picked up an okay wand, which would have been better if it was a no shuffle wand, which is a good time to explain what I mean by that. So at this point, based on what I understand, each spell on the wand needs to take a turn to be activated, meaning normally I cannot shoot multiple spells at the same time, unless I have a specific passive spell or something on the wand that allows me to do so. On a yes shuffle wand, the order of the spells that are shot is random, but on a no shuffle wand, the spells and effects that will be released in the order you have placed them on the wand from left to right. So this here is a yes shuffle wand, with a passive effect that allows me to shoot a spell 3 times at once, slightly spread out. But because it shuffles the effects, this doesn't happen consistently. Still pretty good for now. Oh, and the cast recharge time could be improved on this wand. Right next to the wand, I found a chest with them goldies, refilled some water, and kept on moving. Also, the little hamster that is disguised as my computer mouse is still kinda messing with me. And at a certain point, somehow manages to keep on switching up tabs without me trying to do anything. It keeps on exiting the game, and I don't know how. I swear it has a will of its own, and I shall destroy it for it. As I was trying to find my way down farther in the level, I encountered a few more enemies that took me down to 25 HP, and right after I encountered another fire dude. I can't take him down with only 25 HP, I said to myself. Can I try to find a way around him? Yes I can! I said as I got shot down by a second fire dude that ambushed me right at the entrance to the portal. This is a fun game, I am enjoying myself, I am definitely enjoying myself. So yeah, back to destroying my KD ratio of this guy. Number 36. Margie. Well, Margie was kinda short-lived as well. But before we continue down with the level, I actually got to see the outside. Ho ho. Outside-ish. There was a section inside the cave that was textured like the outside, even had a tree. I didn't know we were fancy down here, and we were fancy enough for a garden. It eventually led me to a dead end, but I did see a pond with fishies. How quaint. Anyways, I proceeded farther and encountered something kinda new. A herd of green dog zombie looking things. Hurtas lotas. I usually encounter the white ones, especially in this area of the level in the beginning, and once in a while the occasional lone green one. But this time it was just a bunch of green ones. It was kinda weird. They are more tanky than the other ones, and it took me a while to take them down, but on second look it was probably just my bad aim. I found a water tunnel, which at this point I started recognizing as a path to treasure, and voila! I did it. I got soil! I don't know, man. I don't know what this game wants from me. What do I do with soil? Anyways, forgetting what type of wand I had equipped, for my defense, I thought I had bombs. I exploded myself again, lowering my health enough by myself that the next shot from an enemy killed me. Unfortunately, as you might have guessed by the length of this video, I've decided to end this part 1 with one more run. Dividing these 100 runs to multiple videos is something that I desperately need for my own sanity. This video is getting absurdly long as is. I am tirelessly working on it between my usual 9 to 5 job. But I promise I have already started working on the next part. Regardless, we're finishing part 1 strong. Run number 37. Maybe it's meant to be. Maybe she's born of it. Maybe it's Maybelline. And yes, the name of the run is Maybelline. Anyways, I started by refilling my potion bottle with water by first truly disposing of blood, as here in Maybelline, we do not believe in blood donations.
The Maybelline brand and all associated entities are not representative of the beliefs, values and ideals of Sheeply. Please refrain from pursuing legal action or wasting your time.
I found a wand and successfully retrieving it from an electrified water trap, cause I'm sneaky that way. I demonstrated how lanterns can actually be used to set fires. Which, did nothing. Whatever. But then, encounter the fire dude again! Yeah, so I avoided him and went the other direction. Which was a mistake, as I encountered something I couldn't turn away from. An unusual barrier! Right next to an unstable teleportation potion. It must have something behind it, right? And it did! Lots of enemies. The moment that I opened it, I screamed, "No! I should not have done that!" But I was lucky. The pixel physics has prevented the enemies from efficiently leaving, creating a bottleneck effect, allowing me to shut them down while staying outside. Good thing I did too, as I would have been definitely burned with them. Anyways, all it had was additional health. Meh. Right after that I found the holy portal. But wanting more money, I kept going and immediately to the left found another portal. Almost fell into that one too. Feels like the game is hinting at something. I kept on going and found a froggy. The game usually wants me to kill anything that's alive, but a froggy? Is it really that bad? Yep, let's take the portal, shall we? Horrible froggy, horrible froggy! I ended up buying the one that was on discount, as it was the cheapest. But if you think about it, without the discount it would have technically been the most expensive one. Yeah, I'm just making excuses because I'm broke. This one did have an amazing innate 4 cast spells, meaning I can cast 4 spells at the same time, but it had a very large recharge time, which made it very difficult to use, and I didn't have that many spells to juggle around. It would take quite a bit to fix it. I kept it anyways. For now, I settled for the green one that had very short cast delay and better than the one I spawned with. I put my primary damage spells on it and happily moved on. And I finally got to pick out a perk! Oh my god, it feels like forever since I got to choose a perk. Actually, we haven't gotten this far since run number 31? That's 6 whole runs ago! Anyways, I selected Pinpointer. It creates a line for aiming that helps spells fly faster and spread less. That's perfect! I could shoot quite fast now, and with very low effort. Moving on to the coal pits. I actually feel like I'm prepared for it for the first time. Be it the perk, luck, or skills, but I wasn't doing too bad. Everything is perfect, except that my mouse is still dead set on betraying me. I don't know what was going on with it, but it seriously was malfunctioning during the majority of this run. And also in the most inopportune moments. It kept on switching tabs again. I will kill this hamster. After a few polite slams on the table, I convinced it to work again. I promise in part 2 I'm getting a new mouse. Anywho, I found the portal, but before going in, I picked up one more wand. Normally, I would say it was worth the detour if it wasn't just a glorified rock dispenser. But I did find one more right after, though an enemy was using it, and as I was reduced to only 8 HP rather than, taking the risk, I ended up taking the easy way out. Survival was my priority this time. In the Mountains of the Holy, the shop held spells this time, which is perfect, exactly what I needed. Except that cause I had to rush again, I had no money. No money, no honey.
Do you have money?
No.
No money, no honey.
Piggy.
What?
Do you have money?
But oh, what is that? A spell on sale? And it's reduced recharge time? One spell, please. Still not enough to fix the big bad one, but an improvement on the existing one for sure. For the perk, yes, can you believe it? A second perk in a single run. So, for the perk, I selected Oil Blood. I will now bleed oil, but will be immune to fire. The other perk next to it had simple fire immunity, but I thought, hey, if I can get oil on top of it, why not? Which, upon further thinking, might not have been the best choice, but who cares? We're here to have some fun. Or so I tried to convince myself. Let's go get oiled up. I found a new wand, which is an upgrade in every way from the other two wands I currently had, so goodbye old wand. It had 4 rock spells on it, still figuring that one out, but also a very important other spell on it, a double spell. And that is fantastic to have. This is what will allow me to shoot 2 spells at the same time. I quickly after found the portal and was debating if I should stick around for a bit more or just move on. I don't have much money, but I did have a new spell that I could play around with, and I wanted to see how far I could go. Regardless, a machine gun convinced me to take the portal anyways.
Nope.
At the shop, once again, I could only afford to buy the discounted spell, which was one of energy. It didn't really work with my build, but I improved my main wand regardless by equipping the double spell. For the perk, I selected extra knockback on spells, which would work great with my already existing perk that allows me to shoot faster. Ready or not, I'm coming in hot. And oh my god, this is aggressive. I didn't even leave yet and the enemy met me at the exit shaft. Wink if you know what I mean. This is my first time in this level without being violently teleported to it. I would describe this area as bad guys called an evil lair that is filled with flying gun turtles and other things with guns and explosions. Yes, short and to the point. Basically, this is a previous level on steroids and strangely more organized? Definitely more tunneled. Remember the fire immunity perk? Yeah, makes little difference here, as the bombs here apparently have this evil blue vapor that hurts me instead of fire. And it took me down from 134 HP down to 20 instantaneously. Ugh. I was going to die at this level anyway, so I tried to make the best of it. I found a new wand with small teleport bolt spells on it, and before I even got to try it out, I stepped to the right into a horde of enemies. But hey, I got 2 new records. Apparently I got even deeper in that one run that I was violently thrown around thanks to the teleportation perk, but this was way more satisfying to get to naturally. Honestly, I'm pretty proud of how far I already got using knowledge I picked up through more or less natural progression within the game. Oh boy, yes, I have. Will I keep on struggling? Yes, I will! For now, I'm ending this here. But fret not, I shall return with the rest of the runs shortly. I've already gotten quite a lot more work done and actively working on the next video with more runs. I promise to not leave you hanging. But for now, au revoir. Oh my god, I need to catch up on sleep. The end.